Hello, everyone, and welcome back for round 3 of Little Squid League 47. We're going to see Hatsune Inku versus Address the Gators. Now, both of these team names immediately stick out to me because Hatsune Inku obviously is a pun of Hatsune Miku, but Address the Gators, I look at that name, I'm like, what are we? Are we like addressing that there's gators in the room? Are we addressing to the gators? Are we speaking to the gators? I'm curious as to what the name means here.
Maybe it's actually address the Gators, It's a place of residence and then just the Gators. We will never
We will never
we
know
have
because
no way to know.
I'm too introverted to ask the team, so we'll never know. Yeah, so going into this match, both of these teams look like they have a lot to show for. I believe Hatsune Inku getting a very good placement in Diamond Bracket of a previous LSL, and Address the Gators coming second place in Mug Cup 21, and also coming first place in Setting Sail, which is a novice level Splatoon tournament that happened recently.
Oh, yes, I'm very excited to see what it is they've learned and how they plan on kind of bringing that skill here. But we have, I believe, Rainmaker Museum. So, what are your
Yes.
thoughts on this map mode?
Uh, it's a curious one for sure. Museum's always been an interesting one to me because the lack of escape routes. You really only have one way to get back into your own base once you've left, so it can be kind of scary if you're not on a long-range weapon. Here we see a lot of non-long-range weapons walking in. Two members of Address the Gators already on the side with those sodas, trying to keep Hatsune Inku from breaking in as they have the map control coming into the first 30 seconds of this game.
I'm up. Wow, two going down already on the side of Hatsune Inku. And it's kind of just trading back and forth here. Interestingly enough, we do see a screen, something that's not super common, especially at lower levels of play. More people, obviously, in low level and more likely to come across people who cannot play with screen. But with a special like that online, very interesting to see how that's being thrown and boxing out the other team while they make their way to check.
Yeah, slowly just walking forward straight through all the aim. Address the Gators fairly close to this checkpoint, but needing to back up a little bit because of those specials. The Julies drop in and do kill off the Rainmaker. Two members of Hatsune Inku are down though, so very, very barely not going into the water there. The huge defense from the Julie player, picking off a couple of players by themselves, but Address the Gators getting back into form and really want to take this checkpoint soon.
Yeah, really incredible to see that level of confidence to not jump out, stay there, get a pick before eventually going down. But we are sort of more in this neutral state here, both teams kind of getting their paint, getting their specials, getting prepared for this next push. That we do see members of Hatsune Inku, three of them having their specials. Oh, but Address the Gators able to get this sort of trade here, so we're still in this neutral set regardless.
Yeah, we see a little bit of antsiness there, wanting to grab the Rainmaker, but bombs coming in, not able to grab it. Hatsune Inku now 3 members up. There's the Rainmaker grab that they were looking for. Gonna just walk straight over the splatter color screen. Not an issue whatsoever when you're on that mid spinner and unable to get the checkpoint, getting picked off by, I believe, Splat Kirby on that shot, getting multiple picks, going through the side, and now with a Rainmaker grab of their own, Address the Gators are going to start rushing for that checkpoint.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is a little bit of worst case scenario when you're trying to get this check here, putting all your resources into it, getting wiped essentially, which gives the other team this mid for free, able to get it right next to that check. And also, Hatsune Inku not able to get that check either. So we are once again in this sort of trade back and forth. I have to imagine this is a bit of a challenging map for both teams with how much neutral and pick by pick we're seeing. Because even with these wipes, both teams have neglected to get checks on both sides.
Yeah, and with only a minute and 30 seconds left, it's looking like this match is going to come down to which team can dunk the goldfish first, as neither side has managed to break that checkpoint, both getting very close at least once, if not multiple times, but Address the Gators currently in map control, but Hatsune Inku already walking in. There's the specials, 2 going down, clinging on, trying to make sure that they have some kind of defense set up to keep that checkpoint alive. Address the Gators throwing out specials, not getting as much value as they want now. Do have the numbers advantage. There's a splashdown. Oh, I thought they were going to grab that Rainmaker, but no, they go in, get 1 pick. Can they get a second? Looking around, trying to find someone, pushing them back. Maybe Address the Gators might get the checkpoint here.
And they're able to take lead and finally get that check, leaving 40 seconds only for Hatsune Inku to try and retaliate against this push. But more points ticking down and down, going through that splatter color screen, making a beeline for that final check, but going down. 3 down on the side, and I think they're maybe going to get this dunk.
No, they managed
right
to save it with 1 point left, the 1 point meme, but only 15 seconds left and a checkpoint. Hatsune Inku are not looking to be in a great position. They have to bring it from their goal all the way to the checkpoint, all the way to the other goal, and get the KO if they want to take this match, and do all of that within overtime. It's not impossible, but Address the Gators are sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, certainly not necessarily impossible, but especially having someone active and in your base while you're trying to make this push. Not what you want to see, and unfortunately, Hatsune Inku not able to get into that mid and start that push down in OT. That is 1-0 on the side of Address the Gators.
Yeah, very, very good holdout there at the very end by Address the Gators. Again, seeing 3 members of the team sitting back in your base, just buying time, and then watching Ramen on that sploosh just running straight in past the entire roster of Hatsune Inku and just going straight for the Rainmaker. It wasn't what got them the pick, but it bought so much time and forced the entirety of their team to retreat to go save their Rainmaker that they were all grouped up and they just got doubled by a Zuka shot from across the map. So Address, and again, as I mentioned before, it kind of came down to which team was able to break that first checkpoint. Address the Gators managed to break it and then pushed straight to 1 within a couple seconds after. So it could have been anyone's match. If Hatsune Inku could have gotten that checkpoint first, they could have just taken that straight home and made it their game.
Yeah, but definitely very exciting to see that game be so close and kind of in neutral that whole time. Clearly, this was quite tough on both teams, but, you know, they were just able to eke that out in the end. And we're moving to Tower Hagglefish, a map mode that is sort of, in my opinion, quite unforgiving when it comes to pushes. It's very easy when you're defending to get absolutely overwhelmed by the other team and just kind of, you know, lose it all in one go, especially when it's after that second checkpoint. So certainly going to be interesting to see this, seeing as though it's been kind of back and forth on the fights with both of these teams.
Yeah, it can be a very unforgiving map when you're pushed back in your base and the entire other team is just ledge camping you across the left and the right. But at the same time, the tower is fairly unprotected until it's right up in the opposing side's base. So if they have some good specials and potentially a long-range weapon or two, they can hold out that tower pretty well from afar and not even have to worry about all the little squids just running around in front of their base. They can just shoot right over them and just keep that tower back. So curious to see how these teams are going to want to run it. Maybe we'll see some weapon switch-ups. Maybe we'll just see the same comps coming out. It's kind of up to how these players want to run it.
Yeah, I'm I am super excited to see that. I myself, this is Tower. Interested to see if we're going to see some switches onto perhaps bubbles or AoEs or anything that is going to assist with that. But Hagglefish, very unforgiving. We'll see these loadouts now.
Yeah, we're seeing Dapple Doolies coming out on the side of Hatsune Inku immediately. That's a very uncommon weapon that you see in a lot of competitive matches. Yeah, and we do see some bubbles coming out and a lot of tower-specific specials. You're seeing those splashdowns, those triple link strikes, a lot of fairly typical things we might see.
Though a little bit less typical, especially particularly in low level, you tend to see a lot of rollers that are running Ninja Squid. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that's what I necessarily saw. I'd probably have to double check that. But also Dapples, I feel like we've been seeing a resurgence lately as it pertains to Dapples. There was a particular JP player in a tourney that was able to get a win with Dapples. So we've definitely kind of seen them more in the conversation lately. And I have to wonder if that has anything to do with this pick. Past checkpoint 1, we have Address the Gators getting down to 55. Already making significant numbers 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, it's a pretty good push to have under your belt. Again, in Hagglefish Tower, that first checkpoint is the largest one. It takes the most time to break through, so getting it out of the way early is going to help your team a lot, because now you're not stuck in that big open area I was alluding to earlier when you're in those pushes. Hatsune Inku trying to kind of break out here. Elias does get a pick onto Splat Kirby in that left street. Going now to mid, throwing out those strikes, helping their team push forward with that numbers advantage. 2 members of Hatsune Inku running straight through. 3 go down, and they address the Gators, and it's just the roller players stuck up in their base.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Hatsune Inku off this stellar push is going to be able to get that lead. Lead switches into the side of Hatsune Inku, but with 2 going down, I have to imagine that is the end of this push.
Yeah, we Address the Gators have taken back enough space to drop out and not get ledge camp, but there's still a bit of a scuffle in the middle as both teams now are trying to fight for map control, get as much pain as possible. Skymight running straight through those strikes with the roller, only able to trade out 1. The slider coming into the tower, not getting any picks, but also not getting picked off themselves. Just kind of buying that space, getting rid of that bubble, make sure there's no jumps, make sure no one uses it for protection. And Hatsune Inku want to take back this map before Address the Gators can really get any control.
Yeah, definitely seeing a concerted effort from Hatsune Inku to sort of clean up this court area, Address the Gators with some arguably very like rat-like behavior, scuffling all over their space, and they're able to take that space back despite sort of being cleaned up, several people going down before, and they're making their push in the attempt to sort of get this lead back, and they are able to get it despite this splashdown here. This bubble definitely letting them keep a lot of space, and these follow-up tri-strikes to secure them getting that check, and they're moving their way forward.
Unfortunately for Hatsune Inku, geometry in Splatoon is not always in your favor. That splashdown getting absolutely no value despite being directly on the tower. And yes, as you said, those bubbles and strikes coming in to get a free lead and checkpoint for Address the Gators. Once again, being in the lead now with 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's not as much time as you'd like if you're a fan of Hatsune Inku, because they're going to need to get all the way to that second checkpoint and break it. But Address the Gators know that with 1 minute left, they just have to defend. They just have to buy time, get some chip damage, throw some bubbles down, put out some strikes, and just do their thing.
Yeah, and checkpoint 2 can certainly be a very difficult one to break. You're right under that ledge, that top right area, where someone can certainly just stand there and shoot, and it's very difficult for you, especially if you don't have a bubble online, which I'm hoping they will, or they may not with this roller here. Ooh, but 3 going down on the side of Hatsune Inku, definitely going to be a lot of space and a lot of time that they have to make up with only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Address the Gators pushing this tower forward. They don't need to overcommit to it. Going 2 down, they may need to take a step back there, but Hatsune Inku now going 2 down, so getting that play salvaged by the remaining 2 members. Only 12 seconds left. Address the Gators just have to stay alive, just keep Hatsune Inku out. They're playing very aggressive, trying to generate an opportunity. The tower coming to that second checkpoint. Both teams at 3 members. Which way will this go? 2 go down to the roller, going for the tower with the strikes. And that is going to take it. Address the Gators are going to take this set 2-0 over Hatsune Inku.
Yeah, incredible play here. We have this AoE coming from this roller to clean up that tower, and those GG strikes online. Absolutely not what you want to see when you're Hatsune Inku. Yeah, and they're able to take that set after a lot of back and forth. Obviously, we still have Zones Mahi we're going to head to, but gotta say, these are really good wins, but not necessarily decisive. They have been very close.
Yeah, and that's what we've been seeing a lot of today is just those matches that are, and that's something you see in Splatoon in general, is matches that are very, very close, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to win it, and there's that one team that always has that edge. They have that ability to just edge out the win and manage to get those last couple points or get that one component that lets them win. Again, we saw in game 1, both teams stuck at that first checkpoint until Address the Gators finally got it and then immediately pushed straight to 1 point. So Hatsune Inku still have a chance to kind of prove themselves here and maybe show off their stuff. And I'm trying to look at the bracket right now to see if winning this match would kind of win them any tiebreakers, but I don't believe. Yes, both of these teams have swept all their matches so far, so it was just up to this match. So yes, we will be seeing Address the Gators in Diamond Bracket later today. Hatsune Inku going to Gold Bracket.
Yes, and that I believe is a bit of an upset, especially considering Hatsune Inku, their last go at LSL was able to make that Diamond Bracket and Address the Gators. I don't believe having what's the word? Having a history of playing in LSL, especially coming out of setting sail, the champions there, second in Mug Cup. They're really proving themselves, and I hope they're ready to put this in the results. Adjust the Gators.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I kind of alluded to earlier when I talked about them winning Setting Sail, is that for anyone who doesn't know, Setting Sail is a new novice level tournament aimed at like introducing players to the competitive scene and being a semi-draft tournament where even if you don't have a team, you can just sign up and they will assign you a team to kind of get in there and learn. So nice to see that Address the Gators winning that tournament and then continuing on into LSL and pushing all the way and getting Diamond Bracket now. But that's enough about the teams. Outside of the match, we're going to get into the match here. Actually, we're seeing a Reflux. Yes, I am a Reflux main. I love to see Refluxes. So shout out to Splat Kirby. Yeah, we're going to see zones here on Mahi-Mahi Resort. A lot of switch-ups in both comps.
Yeah, we also, I believe, we're seeing a rapid here that was not online before, as well as that Reflux. I believe the Reflux has the Reef Slider, which of course we've been not only seeing a lot of in zones. I believe a well-placed Reef Slider can practically, with enough special power-up, flip the entirety of the zone here in particular. So that is going to be a thorn in the side of Hatsune Inku, who is trying to get this win on the board. Currently in the hands of Adjust the Gators. There's going to be a lead switch here, but so many specials coming out on the side of Hatsune Inku. Able to get a pick, but 3 going down on their own side.
Yeah, the water levels are now changing. The map has exposed itself, and Address the Gators have a very high paint comp, so they're going to be utilizing that large open space and just keeping down paint and not letting Hatsune Inku get in. You see the Rapid walking through, getting 2 hits on the Ramen. Can they get a second one? Yes, they do. The direct. I'm looking for 3. There's 3.
Triple.
Give me 4. Unfortunate, no, but still the 3-for-1 trade. Very, very important, especially with those directs. That can be really hard on a Rapid, so very good playing there now. Getting their team in and allowing Hatsune Inku to start counting down through their penalty. 30 ticks until a lead, so there's still a bit of time. They're going to have to hold out, but it's looking pretty good because Address the Gators can't find an opportunity to drop here.
Yeah, especially they have like a healthy amount of AoE on the other team, which this map is all about ledges and dropping. You definitely don't want to drop straight into the slosh of a V-slosh. So very difficult, but Address the Gators able to put the kibosh on that hold and flip it over, making their way through their own penalty now, as Hatsune Inku has to strategize as to how they're going to necessarily chip away at this zone until they're able to flip it.
Mina and Splat Kirby catching up that rapid on the side, making sure they can't do any shenanigans again from that flank. Trying to get some paint out, using the slider to survive the splashdown and getting the kill and another assist. Only one member left alive, Hatsune Inku, and I do believe they are running 23 ticks left. Will Address the Gators take it? Hatsune Inku need to find something to get in here. Here comes the Inkjet breaking the crab, but with 10 ticks left, there's not a lot of space left. Running out of time in that Inkjet. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. Address the Gators are going to get the KO and take this set 3-0 over Hatsune Inku and going straight to Diamond Bracket of LSL 47.
Exemplary plays here, definitely with that reef slider we saw, living that potentially fatal splashdown. Seeing Address the Gators sort of really lock in and clean up all the noise that was going on and able to keep the zone the entire time. Lots of fun to watch.
Yeah, and you see, again, I had a lot of fun watching that just because of the reflux alone, let alone like the interesting picks, the ways that players did that, the rapid solo play on like the left flank. I wasn't ready for that at all. So very well played from Hatsune Inku, and seeing that they've been in Diamond Bracket previously and seeing them sweep the rest of their opponents today, they're playing hot, but Address the Gators just coming in and shutting that down, saying, no, we're going to Diamond Bracket today. We are coming off of Mug Cup 21. We're coming off of Setting Sail, and we're ready to go, bringing that 3-0. Now, as much as I'm excited to keep yapping all day, that is actually it for our group stage. We're going to be going into the brackets, and that means we're going to bring in 2 more commentators to cover the action for you. So before we go off for the day, Sasu, if anyone watching wants to go find you on the internet, where can they look?
I am everywhere. My username is the same on Blue Sky. I have a Twitter, though I don't use it much anymore. Instagram, Discord, what have you. It's all at Sasu in your pants. That's SASUINUR pants. And where can we find you, Hammy?
You can find me basically everywhere at Hammy in the Wall. And most importantly and most actively, you can find me on Blue Sky at hitw.inc. So that's going to be it from both of us. Hope you all stick around for the brackets. They're going to be very exciting. If that set to determine who goes to Diamond Bracket was anything to go off of, Diamond Bracket's going to be great today, so you're not going to want to miss it. I've been Hammy, joined with Sasu. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be coming back to you very, very soon.